Oh, we live. Contender Regime Boxing checking back in with y'all, man. Another episode of Merlot Fridays. Oh, we live in this hoe. See what we got going on in here, man. Go ahead and get everything set up. You feel me? Yeah, we Merlot Friday. Nah, this Merlot Friday, but you know we on that player passion. My boy the Soulmates in the building early. Davion Bob in the building. Salute. Yeah, man, you already know. You know what I'm saying? I need to go ahead and tidy this shit up, man. Eclectic, agitated in the building. Salute to you, brother. What's happening? Nah, we didn't even do the show last weekend, bro. You know what I'm saying? So you right on time. You right on time, G. Right on time. What's going on, everybody, man? I appreciate y'all boys for coming on in. Yeah, my boy Chris Randall in this hoe. What's up with it, my boy? What's happening, man? Appreciate you for coming through, dog. G Mays in the building. Salute to you. That nigga G Mays always with the jokes, boy, talking about some goddamn Lorenz Tate, man. I done heard it all. I done heard it all, bruh. Euro Thomas in the building. Salute to you, boy. What's happening? What's going on, man? We got a few things to talk about today, man. We got a few things to talk about, man. How y'all been, though, man? You know, we ain't had a show last week, man. How did y'all week go, bruh? Did anything interesting happen? Hey, Earl Spence putting his chest out, chin up. Hey, big facts. You know, that's the only way we know how to rock, man. You know, that's the only way we know how to rock, man. Down here in Dallas, Texas, man. You see, they trying to throw salt on the boy name. They trying to throw salt on him. Adrian Cole in the building. Salute to you, my boy. What's going on? What's happening? Hey, did they open up y'all cities? You know what I mean? They opening up the businesses in y'all cities. Dirty, hard hitting South in the building. Salute to you, my boy. What's happening? Say, Spence back looking like himself. Hell yeah. He say he lost 15 pounds. So, shit, you can see it in his face. You can tell he been running. He been working out. Getting right. He said, no sir, from Las Vegas, Nevada. Okay, damn. That's good, though. That's good. You know, we out here in Texas. They started opening up businesses and shit, but I ain't leaving the crib all month. I'm finna be in the house chilling all month. Shit. I'ma see what's happening. I know everything gonna be crowded anyway. I ain't trying to be out there with all that bullshit going on. Everything finna be crowded. Ain't no use to going nowhere, especially not no real public spot where it be jumping. May 4th opening up in what's that, Louisville, Kentucky? Or is that St. Louis you talking about? Puncho Espar's in the building. Salute to you. He say, I'm going to go out until June just to be on the safe side. I ain't going to go out until June. Hell yeah, that's the safe move, bro. That's what I told all my partners. I said, shit, hey, we going to make a little move in June. But shit, everybody just stay put. Yeah, I mean, hold your horses. Say, don't fall for the pump fake. Hey, hell no, shit, I'm finna be chilling. Adrian Cole, hell yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying? But look, I ain't tripping though. Like, I'm cool with them opening the shit up right now. You know what I'm saying? So let everybody go out there. We gonna really see how real this shit is. We gonna see how hard this shit hitting out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna sit back though. Cause I ain't in no rush. You feel me? Even when shit was jumping like it, even when this shit wasn't going on, I was still cooling at the crib, chilling, you know what I'm saying? Moving when I want to move. You know what I mean? I wasn't moving because everybody else moving. So I'm gonna stick to my same little program, you know what I mean? Vigilante Cato in the building. Salute to you, my boy. Salute. I'm gonna stick to my same little program. Big chilling. Say, he say one big hoax. My life has not changed. Hey, I want them to open everything up, man, so we can see how real this shit really is, man. You know what I'm saying? I'ma just sit back, you know what I mean, do my little thug thizzle. Say, let's talk Earl Spence All the Smoke interview. Man, that was a great interview, bruh. That was a great interview. That was a hell of an interview, man. He said, first shout out to again, man. I want to shout out to Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson, man, bro. They asked all the right questions. All the right questions, bro. They asked all the right questions. You know what I'm saying? They asked all the right questions. And Earl Spence, I like the fact that he wasn't shy, you know, on speaking the real. You know what I'm saying? Speaking his mind. He said some stuff in that interview that he hadn't revealed in previous interviews. So it was good to get all that out the way. Say here, oh yeah, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about Earl and Floyd. You know what I mean? I'm gonna let a few more people get in here, but we're gonna talk about the Earl and Floyd thing. You know what I'm saying? One thing I do want to say about that though is I've been seeing all these headlines and shit where, you know, people trying to make it seem like Earl was taking shots at Floyd. You feel me? Like, that's what I don't like. People trying to make it seem like Earl just out here talking crazy about Floyd and like disrespecting them and shit. They acting like these folks didn't ask bro a question. You know what I'm saying? They asked him a question like, what you expect him to say? Marquise Johnson, salute. What's happening, man? My boy Fable in the building. Salute to you, brother. What's going on? Yeah, bro, they going crazy with the headlines, dog. That's what really got me. You know what I'm saying? That's what really got me. It's the headlines. Like, I'm seeing videos talking about Earl Spence take shots at Floyd. I'm seeing like people making lives and shit. You know, I stick my little head in there, you know what I'm saying? I pop in, see what the fuck going on. You know what I'm saying? And folk just talking crazy. They acting as if Earl got on Instagram or something and then just started saying, man, hey, fuck Floyd. I would have bust Floyd ass in his prime. Shit, I'll fuck Floyd up. Shit, Floyd ain't got shit for me. No, bro, that wasn't what it was, dog. They asked the man a question. If you pay close attention in that interview, like when they asked him if you could do any 3 fights, and the money was perfect, what would be those 3 fights? He didn't even mention Floyd. He didn't even mention Floyd until they brought Floyd's name up. You know what I'm saying? He ain't even mention Floyd. Yeah, Mikey Garcia hating like a motherfucker, bro. Mikey Garcia, big hating, bro. He big hating, dog. My boy DBM on the track, man. What's happening with you, brother? How you doing? Derek Lincoln in the building. Salute. Yeah, man. You know how it go. G-May say if Castillo and Maidana had success versus Floyd, then EJ really gonna have success. We gonna delve deep into that matchup. You know what I'm saying? Because I got a good feeling on how that fight will play out. We gonna really talk about that shit, man. We gonna talk about this shit. You know what I'm saying? I just don't like how people handling his response. You feel me? Because it's like they taking it out of context. They not putting it in full context. Like, first, understand that he was asked a question. So if you are a world-class fighter, you a champion, unified champion, you know what I'm saying? And you in your prime, you at your best right now, you feel like you can beat anybody, you undefeated. And they ask you, do you think you can beat such and such, no matter whether it's current or past? What the fuck you gonna say? If you really got that type of confidence, what you gonna say? Y'all expecting Earl to say, oh shit, Floyd gonna beat my ass. Come on, bro. What type of nigga you think Earl Spence gonna be if he would have just said, "Oh yeah, shit, Florida beat my ass"? I mean, we ain't talking about no heavyweight or nothing. We talking about a person in the same division as you. Like, come on, man. You ain't supposed to be running from no smoke. Man, y'all tap that like button for your boy as you slide through. I appreciate it. My boy Mark Heron Miller in the building. Salute to you, man. What's happening? He said Mikey need another payday. Said that man big-headed. Yeah, for real. For real. You know, Mikey been saying like clout chasing type shit ever since he lost ever since really before the Earl Spence fight. Because one could say, even though I felt like Mikey really believed that he could win that fight, one could say that he was clout chasing when he called out Earl, but he really went through with the fight. But he was looking for a bag too. You know what I'm saying? But ever since that L, now that people see that, okay, you done took a L, you got embarrassed, you know what I'm saying? You lost every round. Now he reaching and shit. Now he trying to say anything he can to put attention on him. You know what I'm saying? He did bounce back with a nice little win over Jesse Vargas, but now he really feeling himself, okay, you know what I mean? Oh, I think I'm ready for an Earl Spence rematch. Man, get the hell out of here, boy. Make Rhyme in the building say Sean Porter, big time. He said, hey, big time. He said, Terrence Crawford too much for Earl Spence. Man, say Sean Porter been on some hating shit, bro. I respect Sean Porter 100% in the ring. But that dude he been hating, bro. He be hating all the time, dog. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? If he would have beat Earl Spence, if Sean Porter would have beat Earl Spence, he would have said that Earl Spence would give Terrence Crawford trouble. Because at that point, it make him look good. It make his victory look good. But now that he lost to Earl, you know what I'm saying? He wanna like throw dirt on Earl's name. You feel me? Because he already know Earl gonna fight Terrence Crawford before Sean Porter ever get another shot at a rematch. So he already knows shit. My only chance to like get back at Earl right now is to talk shit. That's the only option that he have, because he know if it came down to Earl fighting Terrence Crawford or Sean Porter again, he gonna fight Terrence Crawford. Like, ain't no point in fighting Sean Porter right now, especially after Earl done lost all this time. You feel me? He trying to go get belts and shit. That guy George say Bud got hurt by a little Gamboa and the weak German guy. Oh man. Oh man, say, but that's real talk though. But that's real talk. Let me see what's going on. But yeah, man, so getting on, let's go ahead and dive into the whole Earl Spence and Floyd shit, right? So, you know, I'm pretty sure everybody saw the interview, All the Smoke podcast. Great interview. That's probably the best Earl Spence interview since he been back on the scene, since the whole shit that went on. You feel me? Shout out to Roddy B. What's happening? That's probably the best interview, the most, you know, introspective, the most, you know, informative interview on Earl Spence situation and everything that's been going on. You feel me? So, shout out to them boys, man. They got a great platform over there on All the Smoke podcast. But so they asked Earl Spence, how do you see a fight going between you and Floyd Mayweather in your prime? Earl Spence said he'll win the fight. You know what I'm saying? He feel like he'll win the fight. He said, okay, I use my jab. The way he broke down his game plan is exactly what I would expect him to do versus Floyd. He said, I use my jab. I'll try to impose my size on him, head and body to the head. He say most guys always go for the head. It's hard to hit Floyd in the head, so your best chance is to go to the body, which Earl Spence specialized at. Try to break him down physically, because Floyd Mayweather is a mentally tough fighter. Floyd Mayweather is the creme de la creme. Like, you don't, I mean, technically, skillfully, bro, you don't get no better than Floyd Mayweather. He is the creme de la creme. So a guy like that, Earl basically just said, he broke down how he gonna use his best attributes for a guy like Floyd Mayweather. Now, keep in mind that Floyd Mayweather is a guy that Errol Spence has been in the ring with as far as sparring. Now, everybody giving him heat for what he said. It's like they expected him to say that I'm going to lose this fight versus Floyd. But think about it like this. If you would have asked Floyd Mayweather, back when Floyd Mayweather was in Errol Spence Jr.'s position, in his prime, undefeated. He's undefeated, of course, but in his prime, a current champion. If you would have asked Floyd, would Sugar Ray Robinson whoop your ass, how would that fight go? Floyd would have said he would have beat Sugar Ray Robinson. Now, a lot of people would have felt some type of way about that, but you should only expect Floyd to say, I'm going to win that fight, because that's the type of confidence that you should have. Now, do I think Errol Spence Jr. would beat Floyd? No, I don't. I think Errol Spence would give Floyd some trouble. I think Errol Spence Jr. would give Floyd some trouble with the size, the jab. His ability to cut the ring off would trouble Floyd for maybe the first let's say the first 4 rounds. I think his ability to cut the ring off would trouble Floyd for the first 4 rounds. You know, it take Floyd maybe 2 to 3 rounds to figure a guy out, calculate all the data, and then he go in with a whole nother game plan and just start whooping your ass and start outboxing you. That's the same thing he would have did with Errol Spence Jr. Now, do I think the shit would have been easy? Hell no. I don't think he beats Errol Spence Jr. just easily. I think Earl gonna keep Floyd on his toes, but do I think Errol Spence beats Floyd Mayweather in his prime? No, I don't see that shit happening. I think Floyd was just too fast, too quick. You know what I'm saying? His defense was too sharp. I think he would give Errol Spence Jr. too many different angles. He gonna control the distance. Even though Earl is a master of distance control, I think Floyd Mayweather is better. You know what I'm saying? It's just so much that going to that fight. He's not gonna knock Floyd Mayweather out. Floyd Mayweather got a granite chin. He done been hit by the best. You know what I'm saying? He done took the toughest punches. That punch that Shane Mosley hit Floyd with would have knocked anybody else out. You know what I'm saying? He done been hit by Cotto. He done been hit by Pacquiao. He done been hit by... Did he get hit by Canelo? I don't even think Canelo hit him. You know what I'm saying? But he done been hit by Marcos Maidana. He done been hit by Luis Castillo. You know what I'm saying? Diego Corrales. He done been hit by Emmanuel Augustus. I don't see Errol Spence beating Floyd Mayweather, but I also don't expect Errol Spence to say nothing different than what he said. It's just weird to me that these people they making this seem, it's like a surprise. Like they surprised that Earl said that he would beat Floyd. Like, what the fuck you supposed to say? Let me see what y'all talking about, man. Yeah, see, G Mays, he said Floyd already said he'll beat Sugar Ray Leonard and Hearns, and he better than Ali and Robinson. That's how you supposed to feel, bruh. Especially when you in the moment, in your prime, you an active fighter, you a champion, you done whooped everybody's ass. That's how you supposed to feel. That's how you supposed to feel. If I'm Terrence Crawford and I'm listening to that interview and I heard Errol Spence say, damn, no, man, Floyd would have whooped my ass. My confidence in that fight versus Errol Spence automatically elevate. If I'm Terrence Crawford and I heard Errol Spence say Floyd will whoop my ass, my confidence automatically go up. Oh, shit. Oh, it's sweet. It's sweet. He don't even believe in himself against the best. It's sweet. You know what I'm saying? This shit instantly would have shot up, bruh. You expect a guy in Errol Spence's position to have supreme confidence, bruh. This is the fight game. This is the hurt business. If you ain't got supreme confidence in yourself, bro, you already lost before you walked out the motherfucking tunnel. You lost already. Game over. You might as well not even go to the ring, bro. You already lost. If you thinking another motherfucker gonna beat your ass, bro, you already lost. You already lost. You know what I'm saying? G-May said he'll beat Floyd now, but not then. I think, like, yeah, Floyd right now, I don't think, nah, man, Floyd too old. You know what I'm saying? Earl Spence too athletic, got too much youth. You know what I'm saying? Too much strength. His speed right now, I mean, Floyd too old right now. But prime versus prime, I'm taking Floyd. You know what I'm saying? Say shout out from New Mexico, man. Shout out to New Mexico, man. What's happening? Let me see what y'all talking about, man. Let me see. I done skipped this shit all the way back. Let me see what's going on. Shout out to the brother Stone Love in the building, man. What's happening? What's going on? Say, what real man get on camera and say another man will beat you? For real, bruh. Especially if you in this business. You know what I'm saying? If you on the level of Earl Spence and these other guys that's elite, top level guys, and you active in the game. Come on, bro. Ain't nobody gonna get up there and say, oh, he would have whooped my ass. Like, come on. Because number one, nobody really knows. We can sit up here all day and debate fantasy fights and shit, but nobody really knows because we'll never be able to match up a prime Earl Spence versus a prime Floyd Mayweather. Earl Spence could probably go in there and whoop his ass. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? But Earl Spence is supposed to believe that he would win that fight. Said if Spence could hurt Floyd to the body, anything can happen. Hell yeah. Anything can happen, dog. Anything can happen. And one thing that Earl Spence does that not a lot of fighters do, he invests to the body early. He invests to the body early, man. And for a guy like Floyd Mayweather, with your legs being, I mean, a boxer's legs, no matter what style you use, you need your legs as a boxer, whether you coming forward, putting pressure on somebody, or if you trying to outbox somebody and use the ring and move around. You need your legs. So if a motherfucker coming at your body, and I'm talking about early in the fight and having success, bro, later on in the fight, about 8, 9, 10th round, bro, your leg, you ain't gonna be moving the same. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be planting your feet in the ground the same, throwing your punches. You ain't gonna be able to sit down on your shit the same because your body beat up. And that shit gonna affect your legs. So I give Earl Spence a chance. You know what I'm saying? Just like I give any fighter a chance. You know? And that's how that's how he's supposed to respond. That's how he's supposed to respond. Has any Puncho Esparza say, has anybody ever hurt Floyd in the body? I ain't never seen it. That's a good point. I ain't never seen it because I think as hard as it is to hit Floyd in the head, it's just, unless he decides to sit right in front of you, it's gonna be just as hard to hit him in the body. You know what I'm saying? Floyd, one of those guys, he don't just move his head, he move out the fucking way. Like, sometimes he'll sit in the pot, but it's all about what he want to do. See, Floyd is different, bruh. Floyd different from most of these other guys that we done seen. You know what I'm saying? That's why he was able to beat the most champions ever. You know what I'm saying? That's why he was able to go on the run that he go on. Like, people talk about, well, Julio Cesar Chavez, you know what I'm saying? He was, 70-something, 80-something, no. That shit don't mean nothing if you fighting regular motherfuckers. He wasn't fighting the caliber of competition that Floyd was fighting, fight after fight after fight. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole nother level. And then on top of that, you got a bullseye on your back. You got a whole target on your head. You getting the best from every opponent that step in the ring. Every fight that you have is at the pinnacle. You know what I'm saying? You got guys lining up. You got guys that Floyd gonna fight in 5 years. They preparing to fight Floyd 5 years prior to the fight. They already coming to the game. Oh, all right, I'm training for a possible Floyd Mayweather fight because that's the guy. That's the type of shit that Floyd had to deal with on a night-to-night basis in that ring. So in order for him to be able to do what he did, bro, you gotta be different. You gotta be different. So you look at it, you look at these other fighters who done had undefeated records, and I'm talking about, like, you know what I'm saying, that surpassed 50-0, bro. They wasn't fighting the same level of competition that Floyd was fighting night in and night out. And for Floyd to be able to go undefeated, bro, you gotta be different, dog. You gotta be different. The guy George, he said he'll attack the body also. Yeah. Yeah. But what I'm saying though, you gotta be different, bro. Floyd, he gonna move his head if he decide just to. He can stay right in front of you. Go back to the Canelo Alvarez fight. This was at 36 years old. Floyd at 36 years old was sitting right in front of Canelo Alvarez, dog, making him miss, making him miss, making him pay, making him miss, making him pay. If he decide to sit right in front of you, bro, he gonna move his head. If he want to stay out of range and move the fuck out the way, period, you ain't gonna touch his body, bro. And soon as you try to lunge in and hit his body, he gonna tag you up. You know what I'm saying? Like, he different, bro. So, I mean, shit. If you would have asked me if I was in Earl position, I would have said the same shit. You know what I mean? People talk about, well, shit, Canelo Alvarez, if Floyd fought this version of Canelo Alvarez right now, would the fight turn out different? Man, Floyd would have did the same shit to Canelo. He was 23 years old, that's facts. Look green, that's facts. You know, he had already went in there and beat top guys. You know what I'm saying? But when he got in there with Floyd, it was just different. It would have been the same, though. It would have been the same. Canelo was a great body puncher. He couldn't even touch Floyd's body. Say, let me see. Question contender, what do you think really happened in that sparring session with Earl where he gave him the black eye? Man, honestly, now, of course, it's kind of hard to answer that question like with some facts because I don't know any facts on that other than the fact that they did spar. You know what I'm saying? And the majority of people say Earl, you know, got the better of Floyd in that shit. But just to give my thoughts on what I think might have happened, shit, honestly, bro, I think it was a situation where, you know, Floyd might have been a little rusty. You feel me? He might have looked at Earl like, okay, this is what I think happened. I think people was looking at Earl like, okay, yeah, this young nigga, he ready. You know what I'm saying? He raw. He fresh out of. Was Earl still in the Olympics at that time? Or did he just turn pro? I think he had just turned pro. You know what I'm saying? I could be wrong. Y'all fact check me on that. I don't know if Earl was like still in the Olympics or had just came out of the Olympics. You know what I'm saying? But he probably heard stories about Earl like, okay, this kid can fight. You know, he ready. Okay, G-May said he was a prospect, so early in his pro career. Okay, bet. So they probably talking about, okay, yeah. You know what I'm saying? This kid, Earl Spence, he can fight. You know, he the goods. Olympian. You know, he ready. Floyd probably like, shit. Well, bring his ass on in here then. Put him in the ring then. Floyd, remember, Floyd was coming off a layoff. He hadn't even been fighting like that. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't he getting ready for Robert Guerrero? So he wasn't he coming off the prison stint, right? I don't know if the prison stint or if it was the retirement, the mini retirement that he had. But, you know what I'm saying? Floyd coming off a layoff, so he rusty. He probably like, shit, you know, Floyd cocky, confident in the motherfucker. Hey, bring his ass on in here. And I think Earl probably caught him slipping. You know what I'm saying? I think Earl probably caught him off guard. He probably tried to treat Earl like he treat all his other sparring partners. Y'all done seen videos of Floyd sparring. He be in that bitch just fucking around, talking shit. You know what I'm saying? Floyd be in that bitch here, bop, bop, making you miss. Floyd be sitting right in the motherfucker face, making a miss. Dude ain't hitting shit. Floyd go lean on the ropes and tell your ass to come here, and you all up on him, but you ain't hitting shit. And he in that bitch just talking shit. Talking cash shit. You know what I'm saying? Until you get tired and then he start teeing off on your ass. That's probably what he tried to do with Earl, but then he realized like Earl a little different than these other dudes that you be sparring. You know what I'm saying? Earl a little bit different. You know, so I think it was a situation where Earl probably got the better of him. You know what I'm saying? But caught him slipping. You know what I mean? I don't think Floyd really was prepared because you know Earl, like Earl don't. He said he don't play sparring. He say he going there like it's a real fight. You feel me? He say shit when he don't play when it come to sparring. These other guys probably in there like shit. Okay, you know what I mean? I'm working with Floyd, with the great Floyd Mayweather. I just want to go in there and get it in. You know what I mean? Get a little work in, learn something from the great. But Earl Spence, he taking it from a whole nother perspective. He like shit. I'm finna go in here and show this motherfucker I'm her. I'm gonna whoop his ass if he talking shit. And that's what I think happened. I don't think he like beat Floyd up or nothing, but I think it was a situation where he caught him off guard. Floyd thought shit was sweet. He thought he was just another young prospect that, you know what I'm saying, that he could just treat how he want to treat, but it didn't go like that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the brother Stone Love in the super chat. Salute to you. He say, I've heard that Floyd likes to punish guys in sparring. They said that he was running through guys, but when Earl got there, they went to war. They all said that Earl wore his ass out. I can see that exact thing happening, bruh. I can see that exact thing happening. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, Floyd be sparring, you know, multiple dudes back to back to back to back. So, shit, he probably end up working everybody, talking shit. You know what I'm saying? He was probably beating everybody's ass so bad that day that he felt like, man, look, put somebody in here that's going to give me a challenge. You know what I'm saying? Put somebody in here that's going to give me a challenge. And shit, Earl got in there, you know what I mean? And he was going tit for tat. You know what I mean? That's what I feel happened, bro. Every time you hear Mayweather talk about Spence, he always talk from a respectable point of view. You feel me? Like very respectful, always giving him props. You know, he said that Earl Spence kept him sharp. You dig? And that's a lot coming from somebody like Floyd Mayweather. You only a prospect for him to say you kept him sharp. You got him on his game. You know, that's a hell of a compliment. So Earl was at 154 at the time. Yeah, he was working his way down. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the brother 9 Mastermind 3 in the building. Salute to you, brother. What's going on? Appreciate everybody for coming through. Roderick Sutton in the building. Salute. Said Floyd had just did 30 days and he was returning for the ghost. Hell yeah. Hey, but you can tell that shit. You could tell that sparring match. I mean, that whole training camp for Floyd, you could tell that shit paid off. Because when he got in there with Robert Guerrero, bro, that was one of the most beautiful performances I ever seen from Floyd, dog. It didn't look like no 35, 36-year-old dude, bro. He didn't, dog. He was sharp. I'm talking about he was pull countering all day with the straight right. Pull count, boom, straight right, pull, boom. Robert Guerrero running into right hands all motherfucking day, all night. You know what I'm saying? South Phoenix Rising say Floyd been kind of hating on Earl. Man, you know how it go. You know how it go. You know when Floyd see somebody on the rise or somebody that's reaching that level, reaching the pinnacle, you know what I'm saying? You know he got to make sure that his name is always above. That's just a characteristic of his, man. That's just a characteristic. I don't think that shit gonna ever change. You know, but if he gonna be a successful trainer, a coach, you know, he gonna have to alter that shit a little bit and make it, you know, make everything about his fighter as opposed to about himself. Salute CSI. I said CSI. SCI in the building. Salute to you. What's happening? Yeah, Mark Hermillo. That's how it go, though. When you at the top, bro, when you at the top, that's how it be. That's how it be. Everybody waiting on that chance to see you fall. Everybody, you know, you got your haters. Even your haters gonna support you financially because they paying to see you lose. They paying to see you lose. You know what I mean? You got everybody coming through, you know what I'm saying, trying to either they gonna show love, genuine love, or they gonna show fake love and really be hoping on your downfall, or they just gonna flat out hate. I'd rather, when you talk about haters, I'd rather the motherfucker come out and just flat out hate on me so I know where you stand. Don't be trying to pretend like you fuck with me when I really know you don't. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather you come out, you know what I mean, and just keep it 100, you know. But shit, that's why Earl was saying like he respect guys like Terrence Crawford, like Danny Garcia, like Manny Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? But see, dudes like Keith Thurman and Sean Porter, they be wishy-washy. You know what I'm saying? You really don't know what to expect to come out of Sean Porter mouth, depending on how he feeling. You know what I'm saying? He be talking about shit that's gonna fit his agenda. You know what I'm saying? Talking about, oh, Terrence Crawford too much for Earl. But shit, if you would have won that fight, you would have been talking about, oh, Earl to beat Terrence Crawford just so you can make yourself look better. Come on, man. We know how the game go. We done seen that a million times. We done seen that a million times. Say, why you hate Keith Thurman? Man, I love Keith Thurman, bro. I don't hate Keith Thurman. You know what I'm saying? I don't hate Keith Thurman at all, dog. I like Keith Thurman. I just don't like how he been acting. I don't like how Keith Thurman be acting. But let me ask y'all this. How do you know when a fighter is in his prime? I was on this Facebook boxing forum called Die Hard Boxing. And shout out to my boy Chris Noble. He the one that started that shit up. They doing pretty good over there too. Somebody had posted a question saying, you know, when exactly is a fighter in his prime? Because it seemed like it's a lot of, and there was good conversation going on over there, but it's a lot of mixed views on when a fighter is actually in their prime. I want to see what y'all think, man. How do you know when a fighter is in their prime? You feel me? How do you determine a prime for a fighter? Because I don't think it's the same for every fighter. I don't think it's an age thing, but I mean, how do y'all determine when a fighter is in their prime? That's a good one, Roderick Sutton. When skills meet IQ, that's a good one. That's a good one. You know what I'm saying? Galvatron in the building. Salute. It's all good, man. It's all good, man. Better late than never. See, you know that in a prime, when he goes from contender to champion, it's not age, it's the ability to beat A-level fighters. Okay. Okay. So with that statement that you just said, brother, does that mean that not every fighter has a prime? Because not every fighter can beat A-level guys. So does that mean some fighters have a prime and other fighters don't have a prime? So I think Crawford prime was the Gamboa and Lundy days. Damn. G-Man, why you doing Bud like that, man? you say Bud, that means he way past it. Let me see. Shout out to the brother D'Avion Bible in the building, the super chat. Thank you so much, brother. I really appreciate it. He say, Charlo said, when the mental meets up with the physical, you're in your prime. Yeah. That's a good one right there. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. Say Bud having beat an A-level welterweight. That's facts. Let me see. My opinion, only champions have a prime. Okay, so only champions. That's an interesting outlook. It's when the physical ability and mental acuity and skill is all the best at the same time. Okay. Okay. Say, I think his prime was at 140 and 135. Damn. So you think Bud passed it? Damn, that's pretty interesting, man. That's pretty interesting. See, I got a lot of mixed views on this. in one sense, I feel like prime, you really can only tell a fighter's prime in hindsight. You know what I'm saying? I think the best way to sum it up is what the brother Diavion Bible said, you know, that Charlo had mentioned, when the mental matches up with the physical ability, that's when you in your prime. You know, but I also think hindsight, you know, after a fighter retires, you can look back on their career and you can say, okay, this was their prime years. Now, as far as you know, man, it's tough. A lot of people like to make it an age thing, and I don't think it's an age thing. You know, I think it is, like y'all said, you know, when you at your physical peak and your IQ and your mental is all the way there. I mean, you really at the best that you could ever be. Now, some guys, for Floyd May, let's take Floyd Mayweather for example. When he was 36 years, I feel like Floyd Mayweather's best overall performance was Canelo Alvarez. To me, I feel like that's his best overall performance. That happened at 36 years old. Now, when I talk to a lot of people, they say he wasn't in his prime when he fought Canelo Alvarez. But I feel like that was the best, the sharpest I ever seen Floyd. And if you consider the opponent that he was facing, you know what I'm saying? But I know every fighter is different. You dig what I'm saying? Every fighter is different. But when I talk to people about that fight, they tell me that no, Floyd wasn't in his prime. But to me, that was his best performance. Okay, all right. I like what South Phoenix Rising just said. He say he did not have a prime because he never rode to champion caliber. He never rode to champion caliber. Hold on. He never rode to, I'm not sure what you mean by that. But what I was thinking you were saying was, some guys, if you at the top, like your whole career, do you really even have a prime? You know, are you just at the top of your game the whole time? Of course you get better, but I feel like some guys are anomalies. You know, when you look at somebody like Adrian Broner, you can say, really, Adrian Broner really supposed to be in his prime right now. You know what I mean? But everybody always say, well, when AB was at 130, when he was at 135, you know, that's prime AB. I don't know. It's different for some fighters, bruh. It's different from some fighters. Like, look at, let me see. He say some athletes have an extended prime. That's facts. I'll know contender when I'm past my prime, when my wife tells me I need to hit that Viagra. Oh, shit. Hey, for real. Hey, when she tell you, bro, you need some assistance, yeah, you know you a little bit over the hill. You know what I'm saying? She tell you, hey, man, we gonna need to bring some toys in there. You know what I mean? we need to use some toys now. Hey, you a little bit over the hill, man. You a little bit over the hill. Let me see. Bud about to be. Now, with Terrence Crawford, I don't think Terrence Crawford is out of his prime. I think Terrence Crawford is still in his prime right now. But with that, it's hard to judge because he still ain't been in there with somebody that I feel will, like, reveal that. He ain't been in there with nobody that I feel will really push him to his limits so we can say, okay, yeah, like, that's the best Terrence Crawford we'd have never seen. I don't think he's faced anybody that'll make me say that. You know what I mean? It's certain fights that fighters have that tell me, okay, that's the best such and such we ever seen. I don't think Terrence Crawford really showed that yet. But I think he's still in his prime. Just off of his performances, just when I look at, because you know the IQ is there. You know the IQ, you know the ring generalship, you know the skill is there, and the physical ability. He don't look like he lost a step. You know, athletically, physically, he's still all there. So I think Terrence Crawford's still in his prime right now. You know what I'm saying? Poncho Esparza say everything with Crawford so complicated. Yeah. You know, but I thought that was an interesting conversation because a lot of times if you have like debates with people about boxing, people use prime to either discredit a fighter, which that's honestly that's the most common time, that's the most common situation when I see prime used in a conversation or a debate in boxing. They use it to discredit somebody. They'll say, oh, well, that fighter wasn't in his prime when he beat him, so that win don't really count the same. You know what I'm saying? But what the fuck is prime though? You know what I'm saying? Is it prime when, you know, you was winning all the way up until this point and you took a L, now all of a sudden you not in your prime no more? You know what I'm saying? I see that happen all the time when it comes to debates, you know, around boxing and, you know, who beat this fighter and, you know, were they at their best at the time when he got the W? Like look at with Floyd Mayweather and Canelo, they say Canelo hadn't reached his prime yet. I guess that's fair because he was green. You know, I guess they'll say Manny Pacquiao, you know, when Manny Pacquiao beat Oscar De La Hoya, you know, was Oscar De La Hoya in his prime? You know what I'm saying? Say Bud is in his prime, he just wasting it. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. H Money in the building, Mr. DAZN. Salute to you. What's happening, man? What's going on? But yeah, bro. You know, so I think when it comes to considering a fighter, you know, when their prime is, I think a lot of it you got to take into consideration after they actually lead a game. Because, you know, look at Manny Pacquiao to be able to beat a guy like, now, I guess you can see with Manny Pacquiao, he not in his prime. You know what I'm saying? You look at Manny Pacquiao in that Keith Thurman fight, he ain't as fast as he used to be. He ain't as sharp as he used to be, but he was still able to put up a hell of a performance versus Keith Thurman, you know what I mean, and get the dub. You know what I'm saying? But let's say Keith Thurman would have won that fight. Would we have discredited Keith Thurman for beating Manny Pacquiao at that point in time? Would you discredit Keith Thurman if he would have won that Manny Pacquiao fight? Because I know a lot of people would have said, oh, he beat Manny Pacquiao, but Pacquiao wasn't in his prime. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people would have discredited Keith Thurman if he would have won that fight. I would have gave him all credit in the world because I picked Manny Pacquiao. I just felt like Manny Pacquiao was going to win that fight. And he did it exactly how I thought he was going to do it. But if Keith Thurman would have won that fight, I would have gave him all the credit in the world. But it's a lot of people that would have shitted on Keith Thurman. They would have said, oh, you know, he beating a smaller fighter, an old fighter that's past his prime. You know, if Earl Spence go out there, he beat the hell out of Manny Pacquiao, they going to say, oh, shit, Manny Pacquiao out of his prime. But he just beat Keith Thurman, who is in his prime. You know? But speaking of that, I had posted something in the community last night. Hey, I was watching Keith Thurman and Manny Pacquiao last night. I just randomly was watching that fight. And one thing that I noticed in that fight is Keith Thurman, bro, every time he got Manny Pacquiao on the ropes, every time he cornered Pacquiao, every time he had Pacquiao in a vulnerable situation, to where you the bigger guy, you can impose your physicality, your size, your power, your strength, and you can get shots out every time he let off. Now, remember I told y'all, I said, out of all the champions at that time, Manny Pacquiao gonna pick Keith Thurman. I told y'all that he was gonna pick Keith Thurman. And I told y'all why he picked Keith Thurman. If he fight, it's 3 guys in the division right now that Manny Pacquiao is gonna stay away from. Now, I think he might end up fighting if the money is really there, because if you pay Manny Pacquiao, I feel like he'll fight. You know what I'm saying? If the money is there for Errol Spence fight or Terrence Crawford fight, he'll take that fight. If Bob Arum would stop being cheap and they pay Manny Pacquiao what he worth, he'll take that fight with Crawford. As far as the Errol Spence fight, I think he's being advised to stay away from Errol until it's his very last fight, because he know he still got other fights in him. I think he realizes that the Errol Spence fight could possibly be his last fight, and he will get retired by Errol Spence. So he gonna try to hold off on that Spence fight for as long as he can. Trust me when I tell you, if he fight Errol Spence, that's gonna be Manny Pacquiao's last fight. But look, he gonna try to stay away for as long as possible Sean Porter, Terrence Crawford, and Errol Spence Jr. Those the 3 guys. Remember, he could have fought Sean Porter at the time, who was a champion. He could have fought Errol Spence. And then the other champion was Keith Thurman. You know what I'm saying? And then you got Terrence Crawford. He picked Keith Thurman because Keith Thurman, every time he had Manny Pacquiao in a position where he could have applied pressure and stayed on the gas, going, because he was going to the body in the middle rounds towards going to the end of the fight, he was landing some decent body punches. But every time he get Manny Pacquiao on the ropes, he back off. And I'm watching the fight last night. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? What are you doing? And I think Manny Pacquiao and his trainers, his handlers, they see this shit. They know a guy like Errol Spence. When Earl get you on the ropes, he gonna have your motherfucking ass hemmed up. You gonna have to push him off of you to get off the ropes. And Manny Pacquiao ain't gonna be able to move Errol Spence out the way like that. Earl gonna go to that body and he gonna beat that body up. It's gonna be Manny Pacquiao got tired towards the end of that Keith Thurman fight. He gonna get fatigued and he gonna be hurting and damaged. I would say by 8, 9, 10 rounds of that fight, Manny Pacquiao gonna be in a bad predicament in there versus Sean Porter, Errol Spence, or Terrence Crawford, because all 3 of those guys know how to put pressure on you. And they know how, when they get you in a situation like in the corner, on the ropes, when they get you tied up in a situation, they know how to finish. They know how to control that distance and keep you in a position of where they can get their shit off. Keith Thurman, for the life of me, I could not understand, why are you bagging off every time you get him on the ropes? Manny Pacquiao loves to come forward. He want to be the aggressor. He don't want to be on the ropes. He don't want to be in a situation where he got to fold up while you throwing punches. You think Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, or Sean Porter gonna let up while they got Manny Pacquiao on the ropes? Hell no. Dog, I feel like all 3 of those guys will stop Manny Pacquiao, man. I'm going to keep it 100. After watching that shit last night, bro, pressure is what's going to beat this version of Manny Pacquiao. Pressure is what's going to beat him, dog. And you know what? Something crazy. This is why I think, go back to when Floyd fought Manny Pacquiao. Remember when Floyd Sr.? Mayweather Jr. was trying to play that shit smart, which he did. You know, he didn't want to risk it. It's a lot of money on the line. It's a lot of, you know what I'm saying? Everybody want to see you lose. Floyd played that shit smart. He like, look, I ain't going to take no risk. I'm going to just keep boxing this motherfucker and I'm going to get on up out of here with the victory. But Floyd Sr., he said, look, you got him. It was like, what was it? 8th round, 9th round. Floyd Sr. said, bro, you got him. Press the action on him. You got him. He ready to go. You got him. He can't do shit with you. Floyd Sr. seen that shit, bro. Floyd Sr. seen that shit. He was telling Floyd to put pressure on Manny Pacquiao. Walk him down. Floyd was like, shit, nah. You know what I'm saying? I know, I hear what you talking about, Pops, but I'ma just keep boxing. Man, Floyd Sr. seen that shit, bruh. And when I watched the Manny Pacquiao and Keith Thurman fight again last night, I'm like, okay, I see why he didn't want to fight Shawn Porter, Errol Spence, or Terrence Crawford. Because those guys, when they put that pressure on you, they can get your ass up out of there. When Terrence Crawford decide to walk your ass down and he know that he can get his shit off and you can't do shit about it, he gonna get your ass up out of there. Shawn Porter would have outmanned and out physical. He just too strong for Manny Pacquiao. Too much energy for Manny Pacquiao at this point in his career. It would have been too much pressure, too much. You know, it's just too much for Manny Pacquiao. And you know what Errol Spence gonna do? Pressure. Remember what I told y'all. If any one of those 3 fights happen, if Manny Pacquiao decide to fight Errol Spence, Shawn Porter, or Terrence Crawford, remember what I told you. Pressure. That's what's going to beat Manny Pacquiao. That's what's going to beat Manny Pacquiao. Salute to the brother D. Luckett in the building. What's happening? Salute. Corey McGee in the building. Salute. What's going on? He say Spence would have dismantled Pacquiao. Hell yeah, bro. I'm telling y'all, man. Hey, South Phoenix Rising. Hey, that's real talk. Pac will be dangerous early. That's why Keith Thurman got caught off guard. What was that? The second round he got dropped. You know what I'm saying? Pacquiao gonna be dangerous within them first 5 rounds. Pacquiao gonna be dangerous as fuck because he got that energy going. He gonna be like a jitterbug, jumping around, popping in and out, popping in and out. You know how he throw his punches. He be throwing Pac-Man be throwing them bitches like, you know what I'm saying? He be in weird ass positions and he'll throw that bitch. He'll step to the side, boom. You think he's stepping to the side to block, but shit, he'll step to the side and then throw a punch like while he moving and shit. So he gonna have that energy about the first 5 rounds. But later on in that fight, bro, you can get his ass up out of there. But you gotta keep that pressure on his ass though. You can't be like Keith Thurman, get him on the ropes, and then soon as you get him on the ropes, you bagging out for what? For what? What's your points? Facts. Salute to your brother. What's happening? Straight from B-more, man. Salute to Baltimore, man. Salute to Baltimore, man. Alamane Cruz said, plus, you know, Senior usually the one calming Floyd down and telling him to box and use his defense. So you know he saw something in that Pac fight. For real, bro. For real. That's what I was saying. Like, I kind of felt that way when I was watching the Pacquiao and Floyd fight, but I ain't gonna lie. In my mind, I'm like, Floyd can really, if he really want, because you can see the size difference in there. And you can see Floyd was keeping Manny Pacquiao at bay because every time Pacquiao jumped in with something, he was getting hit with a hard counter. But Floyd just wasn't throwing combinations, though. He was just throwing 1 and 2 at a time. You feel me? But later on in that fight, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, bro, if Floyd really wanted to, he could put pressure on Pacquiao. But Floyd, he didn't want to take no risk. And honestly, I don't blame him, because if he would have went in there, tried to put pressure on him and got clipped with some and got knocked down or some wild shit happened, everybody would have been talking crazy. You know what I'm saying? So he probably was like, look, let me go ahead and secure the bag and get the fuck up out of here. But like that, honestly, in that time, in that situation, bro, you got to listen to your coach. Because Senior seen something, bro. Senior seen something, dog. He told him, bro, y'all go back and listen to that shit. Go listen to the corner. I think it might have been the eighth or the 9th round, bro. One of those rounds. He said, hey, bro, he ready. Go after him, bro. Walk him down. He ready, dog. He seen that nigga Pac-Man was getting tired. All you had to do was put pressure on him, bro. You get him on them ropes, he gonna fold up. You know what I'm saying? Pac-Man like to be in space and shit, moving around so he can throw them crazy ass them punches from angles and shit. You know what I'm saying? But if you get him cornered on them ropes, and you got some pop on your punches, man, you put pressure on his ass, man. I'm telling you, this version of Pac-Man, he gonna go. He gonna go. Thurman was landing some good shots on Pacquiao, but he would never follow up with the shit. It's like Thurman was scared or something. I don't know what the fuck. Or maybe he was trying to be like Floyd. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But he was landing like, in the first round, he landed a mean ass left hook. But he backed off. I don't understand. But I'm telling you, Errol Spence, Sean Porter, Terrence Crawford, they not making that mistake. I promise you. They not making that mistake. They not, you know what I'm saying? Say Floyd only trusts Roger. Hey, that's a good point. I feel like he trusts his pops, but I feel like Roger Mayweather had more control in the corner. You know what I'm saying? He commanded Floyd Mayweather's attention a lot better than Floyd Sr. did. You know what I'm saying? You know, shit, Roger Mayweather, man, rest in peace. Shit, he was about that action, bro. Like if he seen a weakness in the opponent, bro, if he seen an opportunity where you can go in there and you can impose yourself on them, he gonna let you know, and he gonna give you the game plan to go in there and do that. You know what I mean? But that night, Floyd Sr. seen the same shit that I was seeing last night versus with Manny Pacquiao versus Keith Thurman. I'm like, bro, really all he got to do is just keep the pressure on him, because every time he get him on the ropes, Pacquiao ain't throwing shit back. Every time Pacquiao got on the ropes, bro, he folded up. He ain't throwing shit back. That's your chance to, shit, dig off in him. He say, cause Thurman was thinking about the knockdown, he didn't want to get hit with a surprise punch. I mean, you always gotta respect, especially a guy like Pacquiao who's extremely gifted on offense. You always gotta, be aware of counters and attacks and shit like that. But when you getting your shit off on offense, bro, and you got a motherfucker on the ropes, dog, you gotta impose that on him, bro. Especially when you got the size advantage. Shit, you gonna get hit either way. You know what I'm saying? So when he open up, that's really your opportunity to catch him. If you on the ropes and a motherfucker, it ain't like Manny Pacquiao and that bitch with supreme head movement. He just folded up. So at that point, shit, if you see both of his hands right here, you know where his hands is at. It's time for you to get off. You got to get off. You can't bag up. Ain't no point of bagging up if a motherfucker on the ropes like this. You know what I'm saying? I can see if he and that bitch making you miss, and then you miss some shit. Now he counter you with some. Now you fucked up, because if you miss, you out of position. But if a motherfucker on the ropes folded up, ain't using no head movement, he just on the ropes like this, you gotta go crazy, because you see where his hands is at. You know what I'm saying? If you looking at his hands, how the fuck he gonna hit you? If you getting your shit off. I just feel like those three guys that I named, bro, they not making that mistake, bro. I'm telling you, they not making that mistake, G. You said Pac-Man keep ponytail into a... Hey, for real, man. Y'all seen how Keith Thurman fell down when he got hit with that shit, man? He said, I think Earl a better boxer than Keith too. Where was the jab? Man, facts. Facts. It ain't even a question to me who's a better boxer. And I'm talking about like skill for skill as far as Errol Spence and Keith Thurman. It ain't even no question. Keith Thurman always abandoned his jab. Always. He always abandoned his jab. You know what I'm saying? He always abandoned his jab. He just be trying to come in with little hooks. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing about, I love Keith Thurman's fight game because it's entertaining and it's exciting. But he abandoned his jab too often, bro. Too often. He think he can just knock everybody out with a hook. You know what I'm saying? With some wild shit. Man, you got to use your jab to set that shit up. Shout out to the brother D Luckett in the super chat. He say, I see Pac out less than 5 rounds if he tries to start off fast. Versus who you talking about? Versus one of those 3 guys? I think the fight will last longer than 5 rounds. Because, Pac-Man gonna be so dangerous in the early rounds. I don't think I don't think Pac-Man gonna get caught with nothing like he got caught with versus Marquez. I don't see that. I think Pac-Man gonna lose due to accumulation of punishment because of the pressure over the course of the fight. I think it lasts longer than 5 rounds. I mean, he could get caught with some shit. That's possible. We seen it before, but I don't think that's gonna happen because if you look at that Keith Thurman fight, like Pac-Man, he was getting hit with some shit here and there, but every time he got hit with some, like he'll hit his hands on his head because in his mind he thinking like, "Fuck, I know better than that. This shit that happened to me before. I know better than that." You know what I'm saying? So he very aware of like not getting caught, especially early in the fight, not getting caught with like some wild shit as you coming in. You know what I'm saying? He already, it's like he don't want that mistake to happen again. And that's one thing I commend about Pacquiao because, you know, a lot of guys when they get knocked out, you know, people downgrade their chin. Like they rate their chin a lot lower, saying, okay, oh, he chinny, or he gonna get knocked out and all this shit. You know what I'm saying? But Manny Pacquiao, he made adjustments, and ever since that Marquez knockout, a motherfucker get knocked out like that, any average fighter that get knocked out like that, bro, they probably gonna get KO'd they next 3 out of the next 5 fights. They probably gonna get KO'd 3 times, bro. Like, you get knocked out like that, bro, that shit lingers on for your career. But Manny Pacquiao made adjustments. He became aware of that shit. So now when he get caught with some wild shit, especially early in the fight, he be mad at himself. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think that shit gonna happen versus Crawford, Porter, or Spence. I think the way they gonna beat Manny Pacquiao is gonna be an accumulation of punishment over the course of the fight, and they gonna get him off of that, the pressure and the stamina, because the more you put pressure on him, you go into that body. Every time you get him on them ropes, which is gonna be rare because he don't like to be on the ropes. When you get him on them ropes, you gotta go to that body. You gotta go crazy. You can't give him a chance you can't back up and give him a chance to get off them ropes because he don't like to be on the ropes. So when you get him on the ropes, you gotta take advantage. Every time Keith Thurman got him on the ropes, he backing out. What the fuck you doing? He trying to take the fight back to the middle of the ring. Nigga, do your work. Go crazy. But those guys that we just named, later on in the fight, that shit gonna pile up. And by the 9th or the 10th round, Manny Pacquiao gonna be ready to go. I'm telling you. He gonna be ready to go. He gonna be ready to go. He say, Earl naked hook. I think you saying, I said Earl naked hook puts Pac to sleep, the right or left. It's possible. It's possible. It's definitely possible. Say, why doesn't Thurman KO people anymore? Level of competition, and he not using his jab. I think Thurman can get more knockouts, but he don't be using his jab. Them that KOs for life, that shit work on motherfuckers without using your jab, just going for the knockout. That shit work on motherfuckers who like lower level competition. But when you get up in the elites, you gotta put everything together. You can't just be trying to go for the knockout. That's what Keith Thurman, that's how he be fucking up. He don't be using his jab. D Lucky back in the super chat. Thank you so much, brother. He say, them boys gonna make a statement. He old, we young. Yeah. For real. For real. But the difference is they on another level. And styles make fights too. Even though Keith Thurman did beat Sean Porter, stylistically, it's just those are not good matchups for Manny Pacquiao. They not at this age and this stage of Manny Pacquiao's career. Those are not good matchups for him. It's just not. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm watching the fight, and even though, let's say it's 11th to 12th round, and I'm like, shit, I got Pacquiao up. You know what I'm saying? I'm calling split decision. I got him up. You know, but in my mind, I'm saying, bro, if he was fighting Terrence Crawford, bro, Terrence Crawford would have stopped Manny Pacquiao, bro. He'd have stopped him. Keith Thurman let Pacquiao off the hook too many times. He had so many opportunities in that fight to really put some damage on Manny Pacquiao. He let him off the hook too many times. You know, too many times. Sean Porter, come on, man. Sean Porter, it would have been non-stop pressure. He would have been in Pacquiao's chest, throwing him across the ring. Man, had non-stop pressure. Come on, dog. It would have been nasty. Errol Spence, non-stop pressure. It would have been nasty. But Keith Thurman, though, Keith Thurman looked like he was just happy to be in the ring with Manny Pacquiao. See, that's one thing with these legends, bro. You can't respect these guys too much. You know what I'm saying? Be aware, understand their capabilities, so you don't get caught with no dumb shit. But when you in the ring with them, bro, you can't show too much respect. You can't do that shit, bro, because they gonna look at that as a weakness. That's why Manny Pacquiao was comfortable getting on the ropes, knowing that, oh, he ain't gonna do shit but back on off. So I can go ahead and recuperate, you know what I'm saying, and get back to my shit. Said, so who you think fought Manny better, Broner or Thurman? I think Thurman had the better performance because Broner was simply did not want to get knocked the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? I think Thurman had a way better performance than Adrian Broner. Adrian Broner could have put pressure on Manny Pacquiao, but he was too scared to get knocked out. Adrian Broner he showed up for the check for real. He just wanted to show up and survive. You know what I'm saying? He just wanted to show up and survive. That's it. You know? And I was mad as hell at AB in that fight, bro. Because I'm like, bro, why you backing back? What? Dawg, that shit had me hot, bro. That shit had me hot. Nah, man. AB lost that fight, G. He said he said they stay robbing my cousin Broner. Man, nah, man. AB lost that fight, dog. To me, bro, you can't win a fight just being defensive, bro. You gotta throw punches, man. You gotta throw punches. Everybody can't be Floyd Mayweather. Floyd, when he playing defense, but he hitting you with the shots that count. He hitting you with accurate precision shots. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. Everybody can't do that. Especially against Manny Pacquiao. When you got an opportunity to let your shit off, you got to let your shit off. AB in that hole trying to play defense the whole time, like come on, bro, that shit ain't working. You say AB left his hands in the dressing room. Damn. You say, try being from Cincinnati. Damn, say, can Spence stay at welterweight long enough to be undisputed? That's a great question. I think he can. You know, it just come down to discipline, you know. Another thing that I wanted to talk about that was in that interview, a good segue, was everybody was making a big deal about Earl saying that versus Mikey Garcia and Sean Porter, he was weighing, you know, 185, 190 and shit, struggling to lose weight. But like he said, that wasn't just because, oh, I'm walking around at this weight. Errol Spence is, what, 5'10", you know what I'm saying, 5'9.5", 5'10". Bruh, he say he like to eat a lot, so he gained weight and shit. That's due to being not disciplined. Also living a lifestyle that's not of a boxer. Like he said, he got too comfortable. You know what I mean? He lost the hunger, got too comfortable and shit like that. So if you live in that type of lifestyle and you just not giving a fuck about your career and staying in shape in between fights, you gonna gain weight. But if you put it in your mind and you say, okay, I'm going to stay disciplined. I'm going to stay at 160 pounds when I'm not fighting. If he make his mind up, he done did it before. If you make your mind up and you say, I'm going to stay at 160 pounds, bro, 5'10", 160, that's not outrageous. That's actually fucking average. Like, that's normal. For a motherfucker to be 5'10", 160, 165, that's not outrageous. With discipline, dieting, and good habits, you can do that. That ain't hard. So I feel like if Earl really stay where he need to be with around 160, 165. When it come time to fight, you gonna be good. Training camp, you can lose them 13 pounds, 14, 15 pounds. You can lose that. You know what I'm saying? You can lose that. But like he said, he taking this shit way more serious now. He felt like he should have lost his life in that car accident. He felt like, shit, now I ain't taking shit for granted. I'm on another level. With that mindset, you can stay at 147 for how long you want to. Because all you got to do is stay between 160, 165. When you're not fighting, he can easily cut down and make 147. That shit easy. Now, if you eating pizza and shit, pizzas and steaks and shit, and you drinking and you going, you know what I'm saying, you eating barbecue, you know what I'm saying, drinking beers and doing all this crazy shit like you not a fighter, you gonna put on weight. And it's gonna be hard to cut that shit when it come time to fight. But Earl done did this shit before. He done walked around at 158, 160. Yeah, he was younger, but shit, you can do that, bro. It's all about discipline. It's all about discipline, dog. If Floyd Mayweather wanted to just eat all day, you know what I'm saying, and not give a fuck about making weight, staying in shape and shit like that, if he wanted to just eat all day, Floyd could walk around this bitch at 165, 170 if he wanted to. But that he don't do that because it's discipline. You know what I'm saying? It's discipline. That's all it is, bro. Look at Tank Davis. Tank Davis ain't no more than what? 5'5", 5'6". You know what I'm saying? If he want to, he can stay down at a certain weight. But if you eating this shit, if you going crazy, you gonna gain weight. It's all about discipline. You know what I'm saying? It's all about discipline. Earl Spence can stay at 147 for as long as he want to. As long as it's all up to him. You know what I'm saying? It's all up to him. He say, but Earl can carry that weight. He has the physique to do it. That's true. That's true. So like he said, he's not necessarily out of shape, you know, when he's putting on weight like that, because his frame can hold that shit without him looking like a fat slob or some wild shit. So physically his frame can carry that weight, but he can also stay lean and slim too. You know what I'm saying? You can stay lean if he working out every day. Let's take your average Joe. Your average Joe that be in the gym, you got a regular gym routine. You know what I'm saying? If you use your regular gym routine, and this when you don't gotta fight, this outside of training camp, bro, he can work out 3 times a week. You know what I'm saying? Like a regular motherfucker, 3 times a week. You do your cardio, you do your little weight training and shit. You know what I'm saying? You eating, you know, good healthy meals and shit. You can keep your weight at a certain level. You know what I mean? You can keep your shit balanced. If you got a scale at the house, so you step on the scale, you like, okay, bet, you know what I'm saying? I done rose up a couple of pounds. Let me make sure, you know what I'm saying, I'm taking this out my diet for at least a couple of weeks. It's all about being mindful and just keeping that discipline. You feel me? Like you can do that shit, bro. It ain't easy when you got a whole lot of money. You can buy what you want. And you can go to any restaurant you want. You know what I'm saying? Any kind of food you want, you can get it just like that. It ain't easy when you got that those type of resources and everything is so accessible to you. But that's why you gotta have discipline, bro. You know what I'm saying? The same way you can use that money and those resources to go get the food that you want, you can take those same resources and that same money and you can get you a nutritionist. Or you can get you a personal chef that's going to make sure your meals is mapped out every day. You know what I'm saying? You can make sure, you can have you a trainer with you that's going to make sure, you know what I'm saying, you got, you in the gym a certain point of time every week. So that way you can keep your weight at a certain level. And then when it come time to fight, you hit training camp, boom, you good. All you got to lose is about 13, 15 pounds. You good. You know what I'm saying? You can do that shit, bro. Mr. Michael NY in the building, he say, it's not easy when you winning. Yeah, bro. Yeah, man, when you get on that level, he talked about that in the interview, though. Like, when you get on that level, bro, and it's like, shit, you at the top of the world, you got everything going for you, you get comfortable. You know what I'm saying? You get comfortable. You feel like, shit, you know, I can do what the fuck I want to do. But it's certain things in life that happen that humble you. You know what I'm saying? And it let you know, like, shit, you need to get on your game. He said, hey, bro said, he said, tank 415, man, cut it out. Y'all crazy, man. Damn, man, I'm about to get on up off this hoe, man. I'm about to get on up off this hoe, man. I appreciate y'all coming through, man. Thank y'all so much, everybody that showed up, man, showed love. You know what I'm saying? We had a good talk today, Merlot Fridays. We're going to be back Monday with the bullshit, you know what I'm saying? More boxing talk. You know what I mean? Y'all, shit, we dropped some videos this past week. You know what I'm saying? We talked about a few things. If y'all ain't seen all the videos that we done put out this past week, go check everything out, man. Like, comment. I appreciate the love. Thank y'all so much, man. Y'all be safe. You know what I mean? Stay healthy. I know they opening up cities and shit. You know what I mean? Y'all probably want to take, this the approach I'm taking. I'm about to chill for this whole month. You know what I'm saying? So let everybody go out there so y'all can see what happened to them first. So y'all can know how to move, man. But y'all be safe out here. Be healthy, man. Contender Regime. Boxing. I'll holler at y'all boys, man.